Hello, my name's Mark. Welcome back for another video. In this video, I'm going to be making a lamp out of an old G clamp and a PCU. I made this lamp about a year ago out of a G clamp I inherited from my grandfather. So they don't really tend to use those sort of clamps anymore. So I thought if I made a lamp out of it, I could put it in the house and sort of appreciate it better. But I want another one now for a present for someone. So I thought I'd film it, and I'm going to make it slightly different to this one, by the base anyway. Okay, so I've got an old rusty G clamp that my wife picked up at a car boot sale. Doesn't even turn, and a piece of U, I think, that I found when I was tidying up the other day, buried over the back there. So I'll give this a sand up first, clean it all up. Then I'm going to leave the live edge bit on when I clean it up anyway, see what it comes up like, and then decide sort of the best thing to do with it. Try to clean all this sapwood off the edge because it's not really good. You see where the black line with all the water's been. So I want to get all this back to the sort of, you know, the lovely colours of the yew. This is just horrible. This sapwood is. So I'm just trying to clean it all off, but keep the shape. So I want to try and keep the live edge effect. I don't want that sapwood, so I'm never going to be able to sand that up or do anything much with that. So it's taken a bit of a while, so I'll get it all, some more of it cleaned up and come back and show you some more. Quick update then, I've got all the bits off I want to get off. It's just basically a case of giving it a sand up now, but it's yew in it, so it's like as hard as concrete to sand, but I'll get it all sanded up and be ready to start assembling the lamp then. So I finally got it all sanded up. So I've drilled a hole in the middle, and on the back I've routed out sort of just in areas so I can get the cable in and a nut on the bottom and stuff. It's probably got a bit carried away. I suppose it doesn't really need to be that big. So I've done that. The next thing to do is on the clamp, on there's a rivet. If you grind or file the head of that rivet off, then this part, the twist part will pull off, which is on the other one anyway. So, but you don't really want to try and do it without marking this too much, because you really want to reuse this bit. Obviously, it doesn't matter about the rivet; you don't want that. So I'll do that and come back and show what happens. So that's what you end up with. The pins come out of there. That one didn't come out that easy actually. The other one I did, it was a bit rusted up. The other one I did came out an awful lot easier. So once you've knocked the pin out, that just pops off of there then. It was quite rusted in there, but a bit of WD-40, it came free. You cut the other end of it off, and then you can then separate it from the clamp. So it's just ready to start assembling the lamp now. So I've drilled a hole now through the end into the hole there to get the cable out. For the rod, like the threaded rod to actually mount the clamp on, you can buy this hollow threaded rod from sort of like a lamp supplier place. I'll put a link as where I bought it from in the description. But when you buy it, it's all shiny like that. Not really much good. It would look wrong. So what I've done is I stuck it in that brick and Pacto cleaner stuff. That's like brick acid stuff. Just left it in there overnight. Took it out, and that's what it comes out like after one night. So I sort of aged it up a treat. I mean, obviously it's acid, so it does that to metal. So obviously if you're going to mess around with it, be a bit careful, because it wouldn't do you obviously an awful lot of good. So I cut a piece to length, and there's like little nut things you can buy for it. I'll assemble it and then show you them. Okay, so that's the rod in. It's just literally like these back nut things. I've got one on that side and one underneath. Now, to make it still look like the clamp, so the sort of twisty bit of the clamp, I don't know what you call that bit of the clamp. So to drop that on there like that, but to make it sort of stand up, because it will wobble around, because this is a slightly smaller diameter thread, which is a shame, but I've looked everywhere and I couldn't find anywhere online where you could get a thread the same size as what came off the clamp. If anyone knows where you can get it from, if you can stick it in the comments, that'd be brilliant. So I just cut like tiny little, drilled a couple of tiny little holes and just slightly chiseled it out, just to so that will go in there and stand up sort of where it should be to look like it's still attached to the thread. Okay, I'll do that bit, and then so that's it. So I've just slightly drilled a couple of tiny little holes so that just goes in there. I'll put another one of those like back nut things behind it, so it's rock solid on there. So now it's just a case of mounting the clamp part on there. So it's just one nut each side of it, and then the lamp head then screws onto the top of the threaded rod. I'll assemble it and show you, it's probably easier. Yeah, so I've got one of those nuts under there, another one above which is trapping, so the clamp's now trapped, held in there. The lamp fitting will then screw on there. As the threaded rod is hollow, the wire can come up inside so you don't see it. I won't film the electrical bit because I'm not a qualified electrician, so I don't want to be showing people the electrics. I'll get it wired up, come back and show you what it looks like. So that's it, pretty much done. Only little issue I did have is I bought this bulb for it, but it's too big, it won't actually fit in underneath there. Bit of a shame because it's quite a cool looking bulb. So if you make one, make sure you don't get the bulb too big. Then you put a bit of wax on the U, I think that's come up really nice. Well, that's it all finished then. So I mean, it's a pretty simple thing to make really. And some of you might disapprove of, think it's a waste of a G clamp, but I think it makes quite a cool looking lamp. The longest, hardest bit I was messing around with that piece of U, but if you had a square piece, it wouldn't take you long at all. Thanks a lot for watching. Any comments, please stick them in the usual place, and please think about subscribing. Thanks a lot.